make a bad man sing. I go spend for your head. Talk all they want, I don't care what they say, cause your matter. Now in my con they carry for my head every night. Now you I want they carry to my bed. Oh no no, don't tell me no no no. You can be my partner, never ride it solo no. And we got no one lucky, no need to party wo. I'm feeling what I do, you know I gotta go. Everybody they back on me, sweet. Open up, make I see you. Now you where they got my fancy. They do me Yankee Panky, oh no 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 no.
And they call me, girl, I want to go, but you got me coming. Why should I be coming early in the morning? Oh yeah, shake it, make it spend my money. Call me Mr. Bean, I go make you honey. Hey, give me, baby, make you give me. I go show you love and I go take you to my city. Don't need that, they make I look pity. You won't make us sing Joro me before you go see me. Fine girl, you know your body bad. Same body but can make you shake it for Ghana. Here, dance for me, baby, pana. Come and give me show. Rockstar.
London.
I'm feeling vibes on vibes. I'm a ticking dynamite. I blow your candle lights. You know I'm just that type. No, them no fit kill my vibe. Them no fit kill my vibe. Them no fit kill. Them no fit kill. Them no fit kill my. Wise man said, follow the stars. There you shall find a piece of advice. If you hit your enemies, enemies shine. If you're not a friend of me, enter the light. Cause you can never kill my vibe. Got here with no sacrifices. Everything was taken, still had to make it. Vibe killer, me no go take shit. Vibe killer, bloody somebody time. Protect my energy from your bad aura. Then my pastor say, I be my healer, everything I desire. I go receive my rhythm, flow like a river. If you get sour, come on, go and sit down. I go just para, come off my jigger. I go just follow my dream. I'm feeling vibe.
I hope you can hear me. So yeah, I wanted you to play that little clip that you posted yesterday for a second, and then we can crack on. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing great and you're as excited as I am. And yeah, looking forward to eating up some of this. So let's go. So Kev, you know the one that the manifestation one. I think you should share that very briefly because I got some crazy reviews from people from all over the world, my friends in China, and yeah, there's a lot of people that are very excited about that clip. Maybe you can play it later on if you want us to start now. Should we start now? Shall we start now? If you're excited, just put a happy emoji in the comments, in the chat. If you're not excited, just do it anyway. you know, we don't blame you for your misery, but we hope that after today, something is going to spark, something is going to change. Oh, right, I see some happy people, happy people, happy people. Also today, I want to do something different. I want to ask you to write a question or something that you picked up in the last session, because again, I got crazy love from that. Lots of people texted me. Lots of my friends that I didn't know were watching this in different countries. They're sending me messages saying, "Yo, that was very deep." So I'm inspired, but at the same time, I'm humbled, and I'm not really gonna sit here and take credit and say, "You know what? I know what I'm doing." No. What I'm saying is that I have a gift. I have a channel that perhaps God speaks through me in certain ways, and I'm able to deliver that message. So I welcome everybody to the call. I think we're going to have a great time in the next sort of 45 minutes. Molly is excited. I can see that. Molly's excited. So what did you pick up from the last money session? We talked about money last time, and money kind of like gets people mad. People go crazy. They do all kinds of things. They kill their dignity for money. They embarrass themselves for money. They go extra. They go the extra mile just to make that money, you know. So let's see. Kev, can you okay, great. I was just gonna ask you to change the view, but I think I've seen it now. So some of you you're shy, you're camera shy. Why are you not putting on your cameras? What's going on? Gina, welcome Gina and team. I see the Jura power behind you. I see so much fire behind you. I love it. John Emmanuel Wary, congratulations, because you're not camera shy anymore. You're here, you're ready to rock and roll. I dare somebody else to switch on their camera. Oh, Phoebe, you are here and you're ready to rock and roll. Listen, man, if you're shy, it's not a compliment, it's not an asset. It's actually one of the worst attributes to have. People who say, "I'm so shy, Danny, you know, like I was born that way, like I'm always shy," you know, like don't be shy. So what did you pick up from the last conversation? Now, today there's a couple of things. One is I want to answer some questions. There's a few questions that came through after that money session. And then also I want to address a couple of things, okay? So one is we talked about money. Money is, my definition of money. Money is a credit. It's a credit. Money is credit. Money is, are you credible? And that the degree to which you're credible is a degree to which you're entrusted with that we call money, okay? In whatever form, physical form, digital form, assets, whatever you call money. We talked about that extensively. Boy is online. I see the camera is turned on. Oh my gosh, we're getting more people losing their shyness. I like that. So we talked about net worth, we talked about cash flow, we talked about liquidity or liquidating stuff. We talk about, money is incredible when it's in credible hands. You know, when you're incredible, you're entrusted with more. I like that. We talked about borrowing and lending, income and outgoings. Yeah, we mentioned those things. And then we talked about the 4 principles of money: making money, keeping money, investing money, and growing money. And that loop that, you know, you have to go through if you want to be successful, financially successful. But, you know, one thing I mentioned is then I mentioned the 4 S's. The 4 S's that we really want to project our thoughts to today. That's what I want to focus on. What are those 4 S's when it comes to money? How do you actually apply that? And how does it play out in your life? One thing we have to understand is anybody in the world can make money, okay? And everybody does make money. I want you to understand that part. Anybody in the world can make money, and everybody in the world does make money. The difference is that some make a lot of it and they have nothing. Some make very little and they're financially astute, they're smart, so they grow it to become a lot. Some make very little and they have nothing. Some make money and they don't know they make it. There are people who actually, you say, what do you do for money? They go, I don't know, I just survive, right? They don't know they make it, they don't know how much they make. So you need to educate yourself about your current situation when it comes to money. What exactly is your current status when it comes to money? Are you one of those people that makes a lot of money and keeps a lot and builds a lot and grows a lot of money? Are you one of those people that makes a lot of money, but you don't have any at the end of the day? Are you one of those people that make little money, but you actually grow that little money to become something? Or are you one of those that make little money and actually don't keep any of it? And then are you one of those that doesn't know that they make money? Those are the categories. And it's weird, most people don't know where they belong. They go, do I make a lot of money? First of all, what is the definition of a lot of money? How do you gauge that you're making lots of money? I think anybody that's making money that's beyond whatever their expenditure is making good money. If your expenses are $1,000 and you're making $1,500, you have $500 as disposable income, as surplus income. If you're making $1,500 and your outgoings are $2,000, then unfortunately you have to find that 500. And the weirdest thing is people don't think they have to find the 500. So until it catches up, maybe 5 years later, they go, I don't know how I got into debt. Like I'm very disciplined. Well, you're making less than your expenses. Your expenditure is $2,000. Your income is $1,500. There's a deficit of $500. And whether you know it, whether you're clear about where that money is going, you're spending it. And it could be on, food, takeaway. It could be on lipstick. It could be on a hanky. It could be just stupid stuff, like things that you actually can do without. So what happens is that we live above our earnings. So you earn X, you live in Y zone, and Y zone requires that you earn Y money to be able to live in the Y zone. So it's very important that you understand the principles of money. Everybody makes money. Every single person makes money. The question is, what is your credibility? What is your trust factor? Because you see, when we talk about leadership is trust, period. I got that from the late Colin Powell. He did this speech. It was incredible. I listened to it once and that was it. And he talks about, this guy was the biggest general in the US for a very long time. And he was a consummate leader, an amazing individual. And he had survived so many different things. But he mentioned the leadership is trust. Watch this. Watch this. Have you heard of a trust fund? Yeah, you've heard of a trust fund, okay, right? So this is the thing, people will lend you money to the degree to which they trust you. People will invest money in you to the degree to which they trust you. Now, when you talk about trust, weak people think trust is, you think I'm dishonest or honest. That's not trust. Trust is actually security. A trust fund is a security fund, right? Trust is security. So if I feel secure investing more money in you, if I feel secure lending you more money, if I feel secure going into business with you and giving you a portion of my estate, then I am trusting you, which means you are more credible. You are incredible. You're incredible. So I want you to really understand that. I wanted to bring that home because I got this question. People kept saying to me, but Danny, what if you don't make any money? You'll be dead. That's it. You need money to survive. You can't, even if you the way you make money is getting it from your parents or from your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or from your uncle, your auntie, whoever you get your money from, you are making money. That money that is being handed to you, that's your income. It's income, incoming money, right? So it's an income. So there's not one person, even my little boy who's 13, he makes money because I give him money, his mom gives him money, so he makes money. The question is, what do you do with it? What do you do with the money? It's a bit like they say, it's not how much food you eat, it's how much you digest, right? It's not how much information you have, it's how much of it you can use or put to good use to be able to create something with it. It's not how much money you make, it's what you actually do with it. It's how you invest the money to, regenerate more money. All right, so we talk make, right? You make money, you keep money, you invest it, and you grow it, okay? So I want to talk about my other side of it. And there's another question that came up, which is somebody asked a question. I have some questions written here. The question was, how do I widen my jar? Because I mentioned that, you cannot be entrusted with more volume if your capacity is low. You can't put 100 liters in a 10-liter jar. You can't put 10 liters in a 1-liter jar. Some of you, your mindset is 1 liter. And your aspiration is to have 100 liters of money. It's not going to fit. So you need to widen your jar. The question was, how do you widen the jar? The second question was, how do you grow your credibility in order to have more money? Now, I want to touch on those very quickly before I move on to the last part, which is the 4 S's, yeah? Widening the jar, I talked about money being trust. I want you to follow me very carefully today. It's very important because some of you are not ready for this information, right? Money is you. You are the credit card that you hold. You think you have a credit card. What it's saying is your credibility allows you to have credit worth $10,000. So your brand, people's perception of you, the way you trust yourself will also dictate how much money you demand from people, right? So it's your character that's equivalent to your cash. Man, I wish you could get that. It's your character that's equivalent to your cash. You see, the deficit in your character is the deficit in your cash. We cannot put a trust fund in your hands if we don't trust you, because in the first place, we call it a trust fund because it's to be entrusted with somebody that can look after it. So when the person who set it up for their child or their mom or whoever they set it up for, they will then be given, it will be entrusted that it will be passed on to that person in the time that's required to do that, right? So character is your cash. So how do you build more character? That's the question. How do you build more credibility? How do you widen your jar? Number one, for me, I have very simple principles. It's very, very simple. It's actually not that complex at all. Number one is, what do you know about money? Go and educate yourself about money. Money is an energy. We are beings that are moving energy. Money is energy. So learn money. What is money? Have you gone to Google and say, what is money? And it will talk to you about it's a mechanism of transaction, exchange of goods, exchange of services, all of those things, right? But if you read very carefully, it's talking about you as a person. How much credit do you hold in your character? So you need to really learn how to synchronize, learn how to synchronize yourself or align yourself to the amount of money that you want to attract in your life, which means you have got to build more character, which means you are reliable, which means you are credible, which means you also have I think somebody raised their hand. If you just type in the comments in the chat, the question or whatever you want to comment, I can carry on because we only have a limited time, Godfrey. So when you type it in, I'll come back to you in a second. So this is very important. This is really, really important. You understand? Build your character. Are you trustworthy with small things? Because people want to be entrusted with more. They want to run to have the bigger prize, but they themselves are not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready. I remember I read this little thing with TD Jakes. He was talking about, sending his son to the store. He said, my 15-year-old son can drive. I can give him a key of my car to go to the store to buy stuff. He says, but my car is ready. I'm ready to give him the keys. The store is ready. The money is ready to buy the stuff, but my son is not ready. He's too young, too irresponsible at 15 to be entrusted with such a car or, money to go to the store and do the transactions. So first of all, if you want to make grown-up money, you have to grow up. You cannot earn professionally if you still take things personally. It's impossible. I'm a professional. Are you really? Because I've seen you cry because you don't think somebody likes you. I don't think they treat me very well. I don't think they're fair to me. You're crying. That's not professional. I watched Messi last night as he was receiving the Ballon d'Or, and he was biting his lower lip. He wanted to cry. They showed, images of these kids. I saw this young lady who won the Ballon d'Or for the women's football, Alexis. And they talked about when she lost her father and she was just holding it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with crying because I do cry. But these are consummate professionals. They are at the top of their game. So in order to be entrusted with more, in order for God or for the universe or whoever is looking to give you more money, you have got to build your character, your credibility. Have you grown up enough to be able to be entrusted with more? Or are you just yearning and crying and reaching out saying, I need to have more, I need to make more? No. You see, money you cannot yearn for. You have to learn to earn the money that you need to earn. Most people just yearn for success. They don't want to learn the process that will actually help them earn the status or the money that they have to make. So you need to top up on yourself. You have got to build your character. Are you credible? Are you trustworthy? Are you reliable? Okay. Money also respects excellence. Are you performing? It's amazing how people demand more money with less results or no results at all. They go, I should be making more money. And I'm going, but you're doing nothing. How can you say, I know the work I'm doing only gives me like a drop, right? But I think I should have more, right? It's the principle of how does your activity relate to your productivity? If you're busy, stupid, you just get busy. There are so many people that are so busy. You go, what are you doing? Oh, I don't know, I'm doing, what are you doing? And then you go, so where is the money? They go, oh, there wasn't any money, but I was so busy though. That's called busy, stupid. I've done that. I went through parts of my life when I thought, my performance, my involvement, my participation deserved a reward. Oh my gosh. That is called not being grown up. If you want to make grown up money, you have to grow up. If you want to make professional money, you have to become professional. If you want to make excellent money, you have to become excellent. What precedes the amount of money that you make is the character that you are. It's character before cash. If you don't understand that principle, you will always be short. You will always be short. You will always make less money than you think you're entitled to, because your ego will tell you that you deserve more. But your character is questioning, saying, are you reliable? Are you just a talker? Are your numbers as confident as your ego? Are your people as confident as you are that you should be getting more money? Are your investors as confident and as trusting as they should be to give you more money? What's late is not the cash, it's the character that's late. Character is late, always late. So understand that. That's how you widen the jar. The other thing that you do to widen the jar is stop listening to idiots. Really, if there's anything I can really advise you on, is stop listening to morons that actually tell you that, look, you need to make more money, you should have more money, or you should be richer by now. When you listen to those people, there's something you must always do. Ask yourself that question: what is that credibility of the person that's advising me? Man, what is wrong with you guys? You sit down on a bench with an idiot and they're broke and they tell you how you should be making more money. And I'm going, but where is your money? You cannot widen your jar by indulging in stupidity or indulging people that don't really understand what they're talking about. They have no proof of concept. They've never been there. They've never done it. They've never held such an amount. They have never been entrusted with anything bigger than just something minuscule. And they're telling you, oh, you should be making more money, or you should be doing more stuff. You should be doing this. I'm going, man, I'm telling you, I was very lucky. My people, the people who advise me to this day, the people that I go to for advice, they're all richer than me. They are more experienced than I am. They are very, very successful. And I absolutely do not listen to anyone unless you are a practitioner, unless you actually have what I'm looking for. You cannot, fake this. This is not one of those pictures on Instagram that makes you look richer than you are. This is not social media, right? This is commercial. This is serious. This is the reality. People want you to believe that they have it because they look like something or they wear something and they talk a certain way. No. There's certain things that people who have learned how to make money and keep it do that you can't actually just fake. You can't build a fake house. You can't buy a fake car. You cannot. Do you understand? These things are real. There are moves that people are making that they actually say, that person can actually talk to me about money. When you start to make more money than that person, find another mentor. I do that all the time. There are people that used to coach me. I now have more things than they do, and I've achieved a little bit more than they have. So I've actually retired them as my mentors. But you can't tell me you don't know how to make $100,000 a year, but you're looking for someone to teach you how to make $500,000 a year. Your character is small. Your jar is very small. You can't accommodate 100,000 yet, but you want to actually learn how to make $500,000. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a kid who is in Form 6 reading a book that people at university are reading. There's nothing wrong with that. But it doesn't mean they're going to get the degree next week because they read the book. It doesn't mean that they're ready to actually attend the class. They're not ready for that class. They just read the book. They just read the book. So how do you widen your jar? Please, if there's anything that's damaging to a person's career or to a person's capacity to build very, very good financial stability in their lives, to acquire financial independence, is the time you spend listening to idiots. I'm telling you, they're not idiots because they're bad people. They just don't know enough to be able to advise you further. So I'm going, this person has never made $10,000 a year. And they're telling you that, you know, if you do this, you make more money. I'm going, why didn't you do it? If you're so good at it, go and do it. Watch your company, you will actually watch your money. I don't get advice from people because I love them, or because they love me, or because we shared a drink, or because, you know, they dress a certain way. I don't get advice from those types of people. I talk to them, I indulge them, but, you know, I'm not going to come to you for advice. I always say to people, if you're looking for the right advice about spirituality, go to a spirit man. Go to a man who's spending time learning spirituality. If you're looking for medical advice, go to a consultant in the medical trade. Legal advice, you go to a lawyer. Money advice, you go to people who make money, not people who look after other people's money. You don't go to a financial advisor to get advice about money. Those people, they can advise you how to keep your money in the right places. They're paid for that. They read the books about that stuff, right? But they can't teach you how to make more. In fact, every time I work with my accountants, my administration staff, they're teaching me how not to make money. So I refuse. Like, I always 100%, I don't listen to my accountant. No, are you mad? My accountant doesn't know how to make money. He knows how to look after my money, and no disrespect to my accountant. I love this person, but I can't go to him on how do I make $1 million? He doesn't know. Because if he knew, he wouldn't be my accountant. He would be accounting his own money. And I'm giving you an example. I have several accountants, so you don't know which one I'm talking about. So it doesn't matter. I can speak, you know, generally. There's so many of them. So the one I'm talking about, you don't know. But the bottom line is that an accountant is an accountant. They are paid to do accountability, to give you your balance sheets, to give you your profit and loss. They're very good at that. They tell you, you lost money, you're losing more money, right? Then you go to a financial advisor who works for Ernst & Young to say to you, by the way, if you do this, if you trade here, if you did this, and you know, this, your businesses are working this way, this is not working so well, this is working so well, maybe you should invest a little bit more in this or whatever. But they're not going to teach me how to grow my business. I'm in sales. Everybody that I've worked with that's in administration and management, they always tell me, Danny, you spend too much money on your people. You spend too much money in recruitment. And I'm going, open your eyes. Like, where do you think the money comes from that I spend on those people? It comes from there. So therefore, I need to plow more money into it to make more money from it. But they'd be like, you know, but let's pay this and let's pay for this and everything that most of the accountants and those types of people pay for is dead money. Rent, that's dead money. Rent is dead money. It's a stupid thing, but you know, we have to pay it, you know. And I'm like, you know, so I had to ask myself this question, and this is what I'm talking about, maturity in business, you know. I have to rent a space to run my business, for instance, in Uganda. But I also could have built a building to actually put my business in there, but I wasn't ready. Not because I don't have access to money to do that, because I don't think it was a good investment. I looked at, you know, if I paid this amount for the next 4 years or 5 years, as opposed to building something that's going to cost me so much, which one is a better investment? Now, I promise you that your mother, your pastor, your doctor, your accountant, your financial advisor can't tell you that. They can't give you an answer to that. So you've got to find people that have been through that process. I have mentors. I have people in Uganda, in the UK, in the US, in Canada, people who actually advise me because they are practitioners. So you cannot widen your jar if you're dealing with people whose jar is smaller than yours. You see, misery loves company. People who are broke are recruiters. People who are failures recruit you to fail. They see you on a mission and you're about to succeed. They go, no, 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 don't do that. Because when you succeed, you leave them. You look back and you say, can you believe I used to hang out with those people? We were laughing with friends and I was saying, it's like looking at, sometimes when you see your ex, you say, I can't believe I dated that person. Like you go, wow, I was there. Flat. That's amazing. Wow. Right? It's the same thing. As you grow up, as you start to mature, you will start to realize that some of the people you spend time with were actually a waste of time. So you don't widen your jar by hanging out with people that have small jars or smaller jars. You find people that know how to pack a big jar. That's how you grow. How you build your credibility, you build your character. How you build your character, build trust. Be reliable. Say what you mean what you say. You understand? Work really, really hard. Be patient. Grow yourself. See improvements in yourself. Build your character, personal development. Expand your mind. Build more faculties in your brain and start asking questions. Interrogate your brain and say, hold on a second. What if we did this? There's a difference between planning and dreaming. Both are necessary, but they're not the same. You must have a dream session, but you must have a plan for your dreams. Your dreams need managing. Otherwise, they will send you off on a tangent into different spaces and you go, yeah, but I'm dreaming, I'm a dreamer. Your dreams need planning. And your dreams need cultivating. They need people that have actually achieved those things around you to say, this is how I did mine. This is how I did mine. This is how I did mine. Mentorship. So this is very, very important. Okay. So the last part is last week I mentioned about there are lots of different types of monies that we talk about. There is the physical money. I showed you this money last week. This is the same bundle that I was holding last week. This is money. This is physical cash. This is what people say, the person has so much money. This is physical cash. And then there's this money here, which is cards, yeah? Digital currency. You put this somewhere and you get paid, you grab something or whatever, you buy something, right? Then there's the cryptocurrency, which is blockchain, where you have assigned a certain, particular ID, and you actually through that, you own a coin that can actually appreciate to become, your means of transaction. And what's happening is it's starting to become normal. It's starting to become normal. People are more, I say 90% of the transactions in the world now are over 60, 70% digital. This stuff in a few years' time, you will be looking for physical money and say, we used to have paper money, right? This is like a typewriter, a fax machine. Back in the days, people had a fax machine. They had a telegram. So this stuff is going. This stuff is going. Right? This stuff is going as well. Eventually, and people will say, oh no, Danny, that's not true. You'll have a chip in your skin that will say, how credible are you? How much money are you worth? So you can't say to people, you can walk past a place and you say, I want to buy this. And they just scan you, they say, you're broke. See you later. You can't fake it on Instagram. You can just show up somewhere and they go, oh, you're broke, man. Excuse me, next. I'm telling you, man. So you better build your jar. You better build your credibility. So the way I look at money is, and I break it down, it's very simple. It's really simple because this stuff is simple. You have emotional money, you have physical money, and then you have psychological money, okay? So in order to acquire physical money, I don't know. Are you guys enjoying this? Because I think I'm talking to myself. Like, are you enjoying this? Are you just like put some fire or some emoji that says, even if you're not enjoying it, just put something in there, man. Just lift me up. Are you loving this? Are you money educated now? Are you a little bit more savvy with your money and stuff? Is your wallet going to get better after today? Right? So listen to this very carefully. There's spiritual money, which is what we call emotional money. Now, emotion is electric motion, email, electric mail, emotion, okay? We're emotional beings, right? So there's money that you hold in your emotion. There's a feeling that you have about money. You feel you have money in you. Your jaw is lighter than it should be. Your jaw is big, but it has little money in it. So, but you have this emotional wealth, this emotional capital that allows you to walk in a room and cut deals that will attract physical money. I want you to catch this. I want you to catch this, right? So your emotional state is linked to your financial state. Listen, man, I wish you could get this, right? If you are always stressed about money and talking about how money is difficult and how you don't have any and how you hate people with money and how people with money are beasts, they're ripoffs, they're con men and con women. If you're talking about people with money with resentment, if you look at money and you panic, you're chasing it away. You have a repulsion to money. You're not magnetizing money, right? You see, before you become a millionaire, you have to emotionally become one. Before you become a billionaire, you have to emotionally become one. That's the jar. The jar is ready to receive. It's the reservoir is ready to receive. You know, I do construction and I was building this thing and I said, you know, I need a tank, a water tank that's 50,000 liters, right? And the guy laughed. He said, how much, why do you need so much water? I said to him, do you know what I'm building? He said, no, sir. And I said, okay, so just give me the 50,000 liter tank. That's what we're building in the ground. I need to have plenty of water. I want to have water everywhere. If I want water flowing all over my fence, it can flow because I have plenty of water. But to have 50,000 liters of water in the ground and have a borehole that has 20,000 liters, and then, you know, whatever else happens, that's 70,000 liters. I know I have space to keep my water. So I am emotionally prepared to receive 70,000 liters of water every day. But I've also taken that emotion, I've translated it into physical form, and I've actually asked somebody to dig a reservoir of water, a tank that can accommodate 50,000, and a borehole that already gives me 20,000 liters. My question is, what kind of tank are you building? You see, your emotional state will feed your physical state. Money is credit. Money is character. Money is energy. Money is a spirit. So your emotion, your electronic motion money, right? Oh man, I don't know if you got that one. You can't have a minibus that takes 10 people and you try and feed 100. You've seen it in Uganda, in Kenya, in Tanzania. I think Tanzania, they arrest you. I think in Rwanda, they take the car, they take everything, right? But I've seen people in a very small car and it's supposed to take 6 people and there's 15 people. That's unhealthy, man. There's something is going to happen. And especially now we have COVID and we have all types of things, you know, sweat, you know, it's very uncomfortable. So money, because money is energy and it flows, cash flow, when it becomes really constrained and constricted in a small jar, it busts out, right? They said it broke, the jar broke, therefore you are broke. Ah, man, I think you missed that one, okay? When the jar breaks, you're broke because you're trying to stuff too much into it too quickly. You're not ready. So the brain is the one that sends out the signal. Let me teach you about the psychology of money. So the brain is the electron. The electrons go out, they send out the signal, right? Your spirit man, your heart will say, I feel comfortable with that, because I've seen people that you give money to, you say, take this money, this is $10,000, take it. They feel like, they go, man, I don't know, like, are you sure? Like, because, you know, are you sure that's mine? Yeah, you take it. Yeah, James, I just met a guy, he just gave me $10,000. What do you think he wants? Like, is he selling human organs or something? He wants to like take me and cut the organs out. He's giving me $10,000. I mean, that's too much money, right? Don't you think it's too much money? Your reservoir is struggling. The money is constrained. Guess what? The jar has to break. And when it breaks, you're broke again. And you say, whoo, that money was suffocating me. If you're emotionally incapable of conceiving the blessing you've been bestowed, the blessing you've been given, the blessing has to flee because it has to reside somewhere. I will never put on you more than you can handle, more than you can bear. Oh my God. Should I go there? That's what it says. A good book says, you know, he would never put on you more than you can bear. So, so if you can't handle 10,000, he will give you $10, no problem. Because 10,000 is too much. It's going to break you and then you're going to be broke. That's why people say this dude is broke, because the jar is too small. It broke. You put $10,000 into a jar that's supposed to take $1. There's a problem there. So there's a relationship between your emotional money, your physical money, and your psychological money. The brain dreams, plans, organizes. The heart feels in sync. It says, yes, this is great. Your emotions are good. You're like, oh, I'm excited about this. And then you're starred to go into action, to go out there and create that money physically. That's the deal, guys. That's the deal. So I want you to remember, money needs a system. Money needs a structure. Money needs a standard. You can't make money that you don't expect. Money needs a standard, and money needs to be simple. Like, keep it simple. Don't complicate it. Today, somebody's going to give you 100,000 shillings in whichever currency, in Kenya, in Tanzania, Uganda, in Botswana, wherever you are, whichever currency, somebody's going to give you the equivalent of $100. In stupid hands, that $100 will become an expense. In the right hands, that $100 becomes an investment. The person will spend 10% of that 100, and they will find a way to invest that $90 into creating another revenue that brings you another 100 or 200. And when you extrapolate over the next 5, 6, 10 years, people say, how did you make that money so quickly? How did you make that money so quickly? I started with $100. So money needs a system, Eb. It needs a system. What is your system for making money? What is your system for keeping money? What is your system for investing money? What is your system for growing money? It's not how much you've been entrusted. It's what you do with what you've been entrusted that's going to bring the bigger volume. Understand that really clearly. What is your system for making, keeping, investing, and growing money? What is your system? Number two, what is your structure? Structure is, for instance, some of you have bank accounts. What is your structure of your bank account? When you get that $100, how do you split it into different accounts? What is your structure? If you want to buy a car, have you got an account for the car? It says, when I get $100, $10 goes towards my car. I need a car for my business. So I put $10 into my car account. If you have a mortgage, you put $20 into your mortgage account. If you have a loan, you put X amount into it. You see, people don't have a structure. This is why banks make so much money. Because you go to the bank, you stupidly ask for like 100 million. So that the bank says every month, you're going to pay us back 5 million. And you go, okay. Every single month, you say, yes, yes. What day? 29th. The bank gives you a structure, right? So on the 29th of every month, you're paying 5 million to the bank. You say, I'm disciplined with my loan. I just pay back everything every month, you know. What's your interest? 25%, but it's okay. Like I just pay the bank. The bank loves me because I'm paying them. Man, wake up. The bank don't love you. They love the interest of you. They're making money off your money. You're giving them your money. You've got, somebody said to me, Danny, I have 100,000 saved in a fixed account, right? And I say, okay, it's $100,000. Okay, great. And I have borrowed $50,000 from the bank, but I don't touch my fixed savings. It's part of my security. The bank charges me 18% of the 50 grand they gave me, right? And I make about 3% on my fixed account. I'm looking at the guy, I'm saying, what happened, man? That's what you get for hanging out with idiots, because idiots don't understand that. They listen to that, they go, great, you got 100 grand in the bank. You don't. You borrowed 50,000 of the money that's yours, because in the bank, there is no 100,000 sitting in a sack somewhere for you. The bank will take 50 grand from your 100, which you say is on a fixed deposit. They will take it and give it to you and charge you 18% on your own money. I mean, how retarded do you have to be to not understand that? But they don't teach that in school. And your financial advisor is one of the people that will sit around the table with the bank manager as you get that 50,000 loan. Because they don't understand money. They are paid to tell you that if you have money with you, you're rich, you know, whatever. I don't care about cash. I just know that I know that the start, if you give me $10, I know I'm going, okay, how am I going to do this? That's why I don't like giving people money. People think I'm mean, I'm stingy. No, I understand the value of money. Money is valuable. It has so much value. So I want you to have a system, structure, standard, and keep it simple with how you make money. Do you have a system and standard? Do you have a system, structure, standard, and simplicity with how you keep money? Where are you keeping your money and for what? Where are you keeping your money and for what? You don't save money. Saving money is a bank's method. It's a methodology that the bank used to make money from you. If you're banking 100 grand in the bank and it's in the bank, you're an idiot. The bank is laughing. The owners of the bank sit down, they have champagne. They say, I can't believe it, man. These guys brought in more money today, you know, and they haven't touched it for 5 years. You really think that 100 grand that you brought in cash, you brought sacks of money like this, you put it in the bank. Do you think that money is there tomorrow? It's not, it's gone. The minute you come in and you leave your $100,000 in cash, somebody comes in, they're in the same queue as you. They're lining up with you. They come and borrow that 100 grand. So the bank gets it, gives them your 100 grand, and the bank earns 18% from your money. And they pay you 3% to keep your money. And you go, yeah, you know, I have a fixed deposit, I make 4% a month. The bank makes 18%. Am I really that stupid that I'm going to give you money and make, you know, 5-6%, and you're making the rest of the money? You see what school has done? School has messed with you guys. You're very academic. You're too intelligent. But then instead of using your intelligence for things that will make you money, you're using it to read books about Napoleon Hill, Marco Polo, whatever you call these people, Speak and Grant, grasshoppers have 50 legs, all this nonsense, you know? Like, who cares, man? Like, how much money do you make measuring the length of a grasshopper? What the hell is that? Amphibians, or what kind of crap is that? Go on Google. What are you talking about? People stand and they talk strong and they're tall. They go, you know, Danny, you know, this one here is a very special plant, and they give you some incredible name. I don't know what they call those names. And they're so proud. And they say, what happened, man? What happened? It's like you've seen X Factor. This guy comes on stage and the family is behind him and they're clapping and they're saying, go, 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 John, go, John, go, John. And John goes, oh. And then you go, do you hate John that much? Didn't you listen to him before he came here? You would have told him, John, please don't do that. Not in public. You're talking about amphibians. What the hell? Like, who cares? What is an amphibian anyway? What's that got to do with my ability to live a better life? But the West has taken Africa and they use it. They say, and that's why we have the banking system we have. It's a con. It's a con. If you have a lot of money in the bank, find a way to leverage that money. And you can get very good returns on your money if you know where to put it. If you have no money in the bank, right? Find a way to make money and start making money. Put a system in place, put a structure, put, you know, a standard and say, this is the minimum I expect to make. And if you're not making money, it's your fault. Stop blaming the people around you, the company you work with, or the stuff that you do. You're just lazy. If somebody's making money doing what you're doing and you're not making money, how can you complain? Somebody else is making money doing exactly what you do, the same product, same programs, same hours in the day, and they make $10,000 a day, and then you say, it's not working for me. It's you. Because the last one didn't work either, and the one before that didn't work either, and the common denominator is you. You were the same person that failed in all of them. And in all of them, you left people making money, and you thought they were lucky, and you thought their timing was better than yours. You are the problem. You have to have a system for investing money, a structure for investing money, a standard for investing money. You understand? And for me, I just say, look, man, I have a standard. I say, you know, this is what I expect from me. This is what I expect from me. And I'm glad, you know, it's funny because Evie was like reading my mind. You know, people don't understand when we talk about standard of money, okay? Standard is, it's what you can tolerate. It's what you can tolerate. So watch what happens, right? It's also, the standard is depicted as far as money is concerned with the trust that people have in your character. That's the standard. So you may have a perceived standard of who you are, but people see your standards before you preach about your standards. They see your standards. It's the same with money. People see your standards with money, right? So you may say, I'm a clean guy, but they can smell you. If you're not smelling good, you're not a clean guy. But you're telling everybody, I'm a clean guy. I shower 4 times a day, but why do you stink? There's a standard you have in your head. There's a standard that people know you to have, right? So one of the things that you have to work on when it comes to standard with money is you need to build yourself to a high standard. Your skill level, your credibility level, your capacity level, your understanding of money level. You know, you have to build yourself to a very high standard, because as your standards go up in terms of, you know, understanding and educating yourself and building credibility, the money has to match up with you. It has to follow you. right? But if you have low standards, you have no credibility, you are lazy, you're inconsistent, you're always, looking for excuses, you're always blaming other people, money has to come to you as well. It will come down and be like, no, I can't, like this person has very low standards. If every time you get money, the first thing you think is spending it, that's a very poor standard. So when people get money, they say to themselves, I've got money, so guess what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it, and then I decide what I'm going to do with it. Watch this, yeah? One of the things I've taught everyone that comes across me is delay your expenditure. Go to the shop and shop for the things. Feel that urge to buy those things. But then just say, I will do it tomorrow. Procrastinate on expenses. Just say, I will do it tomorrow. And then you go back the next day, you see the same item, you say, I really need these shoes. I really want these shoes. I really want these shoes. I really want these shoes. Guess what? You don't buy it. You don't buy it. You don't buy it. Eventually, you say, do I really need these shoes? Everything we bought, we've got what we call buyer's remorse because we don't have a standard on expenditure. So my standard is, I don't mind. I'll go to the shops, I'll look around, and I'll convince myself that I'm going to buy it next week. Next week, I just start to lose enthusiasm and momentum for buying that particular item. And guess what? My money is saved. That's the only time I use the word savings. I bought something psychologically in the shops, and then I realized I didn't want to buy it physically. So what happens is every time I see that thing, I go, I really want that. Like, I want this tracksuit. I want this tracksuit. I want this tracksuit. And then the question is, do you really need it? No. Okay. No problem. So I have saved that money. You see, if you're spending more than 10% of the money you have on stuff you're buying, you can't afford it. You should only ever, if you want to buy a car and you have $100,000, you can only afford to spend 10% of that 100,000. So your car, you can only afford a car that's $10,000. You can't afford anything more than that, right? If you've kept $200,000 and you want to buy something, you only have 20 grand available to spend. The 180 is not yours to touch. It's for investment. It's for plowing back into other businesses. You only spend 10%. The other standard also maybe I can share with you is some people have a standard, and I learned this from my mentor. He said to me, if your expenses are £1,000 a month, you have to put away £2,000 a month. So every month I'll buy 2 months. So for every year I pay for 2 years because there's a cost to life. Your fixed expenses, your whatever you buy, food, transport, whatever, if that amount of money every month is, let's say $1,000 a month is what you need to live on, you have to put $2,000 into your expense account. Watch. When I tell that to people, they say, but Danny, what if you don't make that much money? Then I say, then you can't afford to live on 1,000. You can't afford that life. You're living a dream, a pipe dream. You know, if you can't pay for 2 months every month, then you're actually living above your means, which is fine, which is what I teach as well. I teach people to live above their means, but make sure your means are high. You know what I mean? Like people say, I want to live above my means. Like, okay, but how high are your means? You know, like my means have to be high. You understand? Don't say I want to live above my means, but I only make, $200 a month. That's not, like, what does that mean? Do you understand? So people don't make money because they don't want to make money, because they don't need the money. So have a standard that says, every month I need to do this. I need to put away this much money. That's a standard. $500 goes into an account. It doesn't come out. That's my money. £500 goes into my expenditure account. That's on top of what I actually going to spend. £500, $500 or whatever it is, goes into my expenses. That's money that's gone. It's buried, it's gone, because you work for your landlord, you work for your shoe company, you work for your perfume company, you work for your utilities company. That's who you work for. That money is not yours. All the money that you make, all the money you make is not yours. So I understood that when I was younger. I thought, crap, I'm just making money to give to other people. So it comes, I receive it, you sign checks and it goes out to different people. And then you go, but I have nothing. So what you have to do is you have to pay yourself first. Yes, even before you tithe. You know, some of you are so religious, you know, and I don't want to get into that because I'll get in trouble, you know, because I have some friends on this call that are very sensitive about that stuff. But I pay my pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. Love yourself like you love your neighbor, you know. We're made in the image of God, you know, so just pay yourself first. Pay yourself and then distribute everything else out to those people that you owe money to, because you owe everybody. You owe your landlord, you owe, you know, those who rent houses, you owe your car company that you bought the car from, you owe everybody. What about you? You should be the first person on the list that says, I owe everybody. There's a time in my company when I stop everything, I say, don't give anybody money, just give it all back to me. I do that a lot. I do that a lot. I just want everything. Now give me all the money. Oh, we need this. No, I don't care. Don't pay anything. Don't pay anybody. Just give me the money, because I am the company. You know, so I hope that's clear, the issue of standards. You know, just decide what is it that you're willing to tolerate. If you get $100, put $20 away. That's your money. You don't have 100, you have 80. If you get $1,000, you don't have 1,000, you have 800. The 200 is going into the pot that says Danny's money. And it's amazing when you become disciplined like that, you will always have money. You will never make enough money to pay off everybody, and then there's a big chunk sitting there for you. It's never going to happen. It has to be done on purpose. It has to be something that you deliberately do and say, I don't care. There's money that I walk around with, man. If I have to pay for food in a restaurant, I say, I have this money, I don't touch it. I'll use my card to pay for the food, and I'll account for it, and I'll send it, and I'll ask my company to pay back that money to me, because I'm spending it on my business. This is business account. It's not my money. My money is mine. If I spend this money in the restaurant and I don't receipt it, and I don't request the company to give me back my money, if you have a company, then I don't have a business. So I hope that's helped you guys to understand it, how to widen your jar, how to grow your credibility, how to infuse the four S's, the system, standard, structure, and simplicity in your money. And those are kind of linked to how you make money, system, how you structure money, system, how you standardize in terms of like, what is your standard for making money, having money, keeping money? What is your standard for growing money? How do you grow money? You know, don't invest in things because they sound good, because there's a lot of people that say to me, I'm going into crypto. And I go, how much do you know about crypto? They go, it's really good. It's a hot thing. It's very stupid to say that. This is the hot thing. What is it hot for you? It's probably too hot. It's going to burn you. And then when it burns your jaw breaks and you're broke. And then you go, I'm going into crypto. You know, you need to have an enormous amount of information to actually invest in something. You know, I invest in businesses, but I spend time, and I know that some businesses I put money in and I say, this money I can afford to lose. So I don't gamble in a casino. I may gamble in a business, but I'm prepared to lose that money. It's not something that if the money goes, oh my gosh, I'm on the streets. No. Again, that 10% rule, spend 10% of the money you have to put it into the things you need to put it into. If you spend any more than that, you're overspending and you can't afford it. And it's really that simple. So I think I'm going to leave it there. We've gone over time today. I hope that was very helpful. If you have any questions, join Lose Your Mind, the tribe. If you're not on my page, join my page. It's Dunstan Mugara. It's on Facebook. And then we've just set up another one. I think Lose Your Mind is on all of them. It's on YouTube. Some of these videos will be broken down into small bites where you can learn things, you know, and just focus on that. But whatever you do, just take these concepts and just draw one of them out and just focus on it and really build on it and work really hard to make it a habit. Once it becomes a habit, then it's so easy to control yourself. A lot of the times why we broke is because we're out of control, you know, and if you're out of control, you just, you know, you just spend. You're putting money on fire. You know, if you put this stuff on fire, what do you think is going to happen? It's going to burn and you'll never see it again. It's ashes. So I'm saying, you know, just be very, very, very careful not to just listen to this once and go, yeah, that was amazing. I'm motivated. Don't get motivated. Get educated. Get educated. It's much better. It's more sustainable. And that's it. There's a guy called Godfrey Ayo. I think, did you have a question or did you put something in the comments that I missed? Godfrey Ayo. I can never scroll this thing back up again. Like, it just confuses me. Like, you IT guys are like, you know how to do this stuff. Like, I'm just like, I don't know how to do this, man. Like, okay, yeah. I think I've got it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Your emotional state. I don't know if you had a question. No, there was no question. I think it was comments that you had to make. I saw his hand go up, so I thought you may have. Yeah, I'm seeing. Don't listen to idiots. That's very good. Don't listen to them. Character is equivalent to money in the wrong hands is powerless. Money in the credible hands is powerful. I like that. That was fantastic. Great stuff there. Great stuff. Great stuff there. Have you enjoyed this, guys? Have you enjoyed this? If you have, fantastic. I'm looking forward to the next one. We'll finish off this topic next week. I want to talk about investment. What kind of things should you be looking out for in terms of investment? Where do you go to find information that will help you become more disciplined with money? Those types of things. We're going to talk about that. But do yourself a favor. Thank you, Godwin. Do yourself a favor. Just stop blaming everything else around you but yourself. You are broke because your jar is broken. Your jar is broken. It's too small and you're trying to stuff too much into it, or it's really big. And guess what? Because when something is empty, it's easy to crack. Some of you have big jars that are empty. They're easy to crack. Any contact, boom, smashes. But when a jar is full of water, how hard is it to break? When a jar is full of money, you try and, you know, smash it. It's too full to break. So you're broke because you're broken. Your jar is broken. Stop lying to your family that it's the business you're in. It's the people that you work with. It's you. You are the broken jar. Fix your jar and you have plenty to go into. That's it, guys. I'm out of here. I think I'm going to, where's my fun friends? My fun friends. I have a new song, guys. I have a new song. I don't know if you're ready for this. I love this song. I love this song. And if you don't understand it, you don't understand it. Man. We moved away from Tanzania. I used to be, and then I moved away from Uganda. So I think I'm in Nigeria. Go on. Hey, if you're miserable, you can switch off now. Oh, join me. Yes, Abby. This is the money dance. Oh my God, I see you, Claire. I see you, Linka. I see you, boy. Go on, Ayo. This is a money dance. I'm telling you, man. Hey, I see that. I'm telling you, man. Just be happy. Happiness makes you money.
If you're not happy, oh, there you go, Ebi. There you go, Ebi. All right. Man, I've enjoyed it. I'm out of here, guys. That's it.